I did it again. I did it again. And I almost can't believe that I did it again, but I did it again. Welcome to the madness. Why do I use that name, Madness? It's my nickname, actually. And there's a lot of really beautiful quotes about madness, that there is genius in madness. And the madness of love is one of heaven's greatest blessings. And how did I get that nickname? As if you care. Back when Siri on the iPhone was first started, when it tried to pronounce my last name, Mattis, it said madness. And so I kind of adopted that nickname. And it's kind of applicable to my experience in life. Yeah, there's a lot of madness that I can just embrace and be with, in my body and in my mind and in my experience. And so, welcome to the madness. This probably looks a little different than my normal podcast episodes, and I wanted to come on here and record and confess, not to a sin, but to a reality. I did it again. I did it again. And I almost can't believe that I did it again, but I did it again. What did I do? I got all professional. I like I like things that are shiny and look all put together and all that stuff. But it's 7 o'clock in the morning. I woke up at 5:30 this morning, which I normally do. I normally wake up between 4 and 5 o'clock every morning, naturally. And I realized that I'm doing again what I often do, which is to create. I hope this is recording. I think it is. Sorry, this is the first time I'm using this new software. And this is messy. I haven't brushed my teeth. I haven't combed my hair. I haven't shaved. I don't have, presentation attire on. I don't have a script. I turned on the camera. Because this is what I always intended with my podcast. I didn't mean it to be a teaching or an education podcast. I meant it to be like a personal invitation. I meant it to be messy because life is messy. A experience just happens, and it doesn't always happen in these refined little boxes that we create on the internet. It's unexpected, and it's surprising, and it's chaotic. I'm a 52-year-old gay dude, and I'm autistic, and I have lots of things around autism that make life very difficult. And I'm trying actually not to mask here while I'm recording because I have a lot of training in professional speaking. I've spoken in front of 14,000 people before. Used to be, and it still is, really one of my favorite things to do. I just don't do it a lot because too many people. But I love it, and I could sit here and I could deliver a really, really good presentation. But I also just want to be autistically me, that's unmasked, and I want to move the way that I move, and I'm fidgety, and I do my things, and I want to just show up, and I want to talk about presence and awareness and consciousness and connectedness and love and being and doing something in the world that is done in the midst of all of this. That's what feels genuine to me. That's what I really want. And it's different, but what I'm hoping to do from now on is I might still put the pretty packaging on it. I might do, the little voice thingy-majigger and the subtitles, all that stuff, right? because I like that. I like technology. I'm using this tool called Descript, and it's really cool. I'll put a link to it in the show notes. Um, but life doesn't show up. Consciousness doesn't show up. Love doesn't show up in pretty little boxes with bows tied on them. Love shows up like this. It's not always palatable, and it doesn't always meet our expectations, but this is the real thing. And so I want this podcast to be the real thing. I don't want it to be a show. Who needs a show? We have so many shows. Like, we don't need that anymore. What we need is reality. What we need is presence. And am I really conveying presence? Am I transmitting presence? Am I bringing presence if I'm reading off a script? Or what about speaking from my heart? I hope that this speaks to you. And if it doesn't, that's okay too. But hopefully we can connect. And I'm going to do my very best. It's like super scary for me to like unmask and be me, because I've been performing my entire life. It's been a long journey of, I faced an enormous amount of abuse as a child, both sexual and physical and all kinds of things. Because I was autistic, I was sent away to basically have the autism therapy, to have the autism behaviors squeezed out of me. And so that is what I am trying to like unwind, and allowing myself to really just kind of be. And I don't know that I've ever really done this on camera quite like this before. So thank you for being here with me. I look forward to the next episode. That feels like an appropriate word. Because we have episodes, right? Like, oh, I had an episode. People talk about having an episode when they like get sick or they have a breakdown or something, like, oh, I had an episode. So that feels appropriate. In the next episode, I'm going to flip on my camera and I'm going to talk and I'm going to connect and maybe bring something of value, maybe not. That's not dependent on me. That's dependent on what you think. But thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. I wish you more love, not less, always. Bye for now.